Oje, wapenzi yo, wapenzi.
Paul House.
Baby girl, put me under. I know you like the majaja. See me swimming down in a van, so wapenzi, I get it.
What's up, everybody? This is going to be a weird one. I've never done a voiceover before, but let me show you and tell you how I wash my bike. So I use a low pressure hose to wet the whole bike. I think everybody does that. So basically that loosens all of the gunk, and then after like 5 minutes of me spraying the bike, lightly spraying it, I go to unfortunately I don't have any low pressure nozzle, so I use this one. You can see how far I hold it from the bike because it's actually a high pressure nozzle. And I'll just spray off the rest of the stuff that's stubborn. And you can see there's no bucket around. Oh, that small bucket there, that's, I'm sure my people will know it's mabele to make sour porridge with. So I'm gonna spray the dirt off before I actually go to the snow foam gun. Funny enough, this process takes me longer than when I'm washing the car. I don't know why. Because it takes me like a minimum of 3 hours to wash the bike. And if I am really going into it, it can even take me 5 hours. But the big reason is I'll be having something to drink, jamming to some music. You know how it goes. And here we go into the snow foam. This is some good stuff though. Those that want to know what it is, just give me a shot. It's quite expensive, but I've had this bottle for I think like 2 years now. I think it's a 5 liter. And then it comes with that small bottle with an attachment for this pressure washer. And I also have a special ingredient I put into it just to make the foam more stickier. If you check, it sticks to the bike. So what I do is I'm gonna spray the whole bike over and just let it settle. You can see I'm not using any bucket, because I know a lot of people use the 2 bucket method. I use a 1 bucket method, but I don't think I show it here because the video is gonna be too long. So I'll spray it and just give it like 10 minutes. Then I will get my mitt and I'll just very lightly, and make sure your mitt is clean as well. I'll go very lightly over the bike because most of the stuff is off. Most of the dirt is off. And then here I'm degreasing I don't know what they call it, where the chain loop drops right by the front sprocket. You can see I'm using a painting brush, a gouache, because it's very soft. And before this I used to use the Black Sam degreaser. It was too aggressive for me, so I used this one. The best thing you can use for this is petrol, or as they call it, gasoline. And use a soft brush. The trick to this is don't let it sit on the bike for too long, because it's going to decolor your plastics. I think even metal, it just chows through the gloss finish. So I just lightly go over the stuff that has chain lube on it, and I was just seeing if you can actually clean the exhaust. I don't know why I did that, because it's titanium and I think it's gonna mess with the blowing. And funny enough, this is my first time washing a fully fed bike, because most of the time I've always had naked bikes and they're quite easier to clean. So you see, as soon as I'm done with using the degreaser, I'll spray it off. Spray the access off so that it doesn't start working its way into my paint. And yeah, don't forget to clean your kickstands as well. That's important. Lucky enough, this is a black kickstand. On the Triumph it was aluminium silver, so it got dirty real quick. But nonetheless, whether I chose or not, just clean it. Always feels good to be on a clean bike. So I'll just lightly go through the front sprocket with the soft quas, as they call it. I don't know what they call it. We call it a quas. A quas in South Africa. You can see I'm using a little bit more degreaser because the chain lube is stubborn. Chain lube is very stubborn. Then when I'm done, I'll just lightly spray it over. Then I'll switch back to the back of the chain, the sprocket, well, the back wheel, the sprocket, the rear sprocket, then the chain itself. See, I'm spraying a bit more degreaser. I have the chain cleaning brush there by me, so just try to make it as fast as possible. The dirtiness degreaser is not that aggressive, so you can take your time with it, but it does a good job. I know before I used to mix my degreasers with gasoline. They did a good job, but they go through your gloss finish quick. And I'm using that gold DID 520 chain, the X-ring one, so you know it's the good stuff. Yeah, cleaning a fully fed bike is a mission actually. But see, I'm scrubbing the chain. So what I usually do is scrub it from the outside, just like this, and then I'll go to the side of the bike and scrub the inside as well. Just make sure you get a few passes there as well, cause it's a mission to clean these things. And you see, the chain was a bit loose. I adjusted it afterwards. That's the other part I don't like about bikes that don't have a single-sided swing arm. Adjusting that chain is a mission. But yeah, just go through it and then go into the inside as well. I was with my brother here, so he was busy washing his car and cleaning the engine bay, so decided to wash the bike as well since I had company. And yeah, the chain was probably clean by now, but me and my OCD, so you know, you gotta get in a few more cycles just to satisfy your heart. I cut out most of the video, so you won't see some other parts because it was gonna be long. And we have a short run at the end because I actually had to go skating. And this is when we take the degreaser off. You know, it actually feels nice because after the chain is clean, it looks good. Now I'm cleaning the undertail as well because most of the gunk that's on the road ends up there. Also using the same degreaser. I like this degreaser actually. It's my first bottle. I used it twice on the Triumph and it did a good job. So you just spray, you take a brush and you spray off the axis. Basically the body was done, the whole bike was done, just had to spray off the remaining foam on the bike and then blow the water out. I used to use a cloth to wipe the bike, but there's no need. You can just use I'm using a leaf blower. It's more powerful, so it gets the water out quite quick. Then you just go around the whole bike in between the fairings and stuff. Another good idea is to start the bike. You know, the warmer it gets, the more the water evaporates. Especially the water that's around the radiator. I remember the first time I washed a bike. I fired it up and there was just steam everywhere, so I started panicking. But yeah, those days are gone now. And meanwhile, we're talking about this actually. This bike is quite nice, hey? This is a pretty bike. It's ugly, but it's pretty. I believe when it comes to machines, the ugliness represents power. So the uglier, the more the power. But not all of them, of course. That's why S1000s are pretty, because they're slow. That's my word. And I have videos to prove it. So I'm just gonna blow out the water in between the nooks and crevices. And from there, I'm gonna take a clean cloth. That yellow cloth actually is the one that I used to wipe the bike. And the spray that I'm using it's a silicone spray. It's good stuff. Any silicone spray you can find, you can use it, but I prefer that brand. Just grab my microfiber cloth, spray on all the blacks. I usually use it on the blacks because they pop. I don't use it on the fairings though. So you just spray it all over the blacks, whether plastic or metal, or shiny or not shiny, you just spray it on it and then gets the job done. And that's it, guys. Now I was heading to the Rollercade. And yeah, this was actually the second part of the road where I found smoke. I don't know what was happening. I think here it was a burning car or something. I'm not sure. But the first one, they were burning grass on the side of the road. If you're South African, you know, in winter you come across this a lot. So because of this, I had to go wash the bike again, because, nah, I'm kidding. And from here, it's straight to the Rollercade. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. It's nothing much happening, it's just me riding to Menlyn. Ahoy!
Grootman lekker. Dank je, Grootman. Sure.
Benz on the track. Mona Lisa can make that. Move your body. Oh shit. I told you what Benz got the speed, man.